All right, so we're going to take a look at the volume bot, and we're doing a playback mode real quick, and we're going to see a quick demonstration of how this works. What it's looking for are spikes in volume, and this is currently configured to start at 7:30 my time, 7:30 Central Time Zone. And what we're going to wait for is a big spike in volume, something that is going to make a huge, like way above the normal level of volume, and it's going to get into a trade after a certain number of candles and wait for a specific break in one direction or another. There we go. So order submitted. There you go. So you'll see here that we do have some specific order canceled. Yep. That was quick in and out. And what you'll see is we do have some specific volume right here. This is the kind of around the time the U.S. stock market opens. You'll see that the volume spike comes in, and we wait a certain number of candles. It's pretty easy to see here on the chart the volume that's coming in here, and it's giving us the starter to count a certain number of candles. And so if we were to kind of take a look at the overall, let's do it this way. Let's go look at the overall trade itself. You'll see what happens is kind of got into the trade, and it's currently configured. Let's see what the configuration is here for this. We're going to disable it real quick, click apply so we can see what the settings are. But it's basically waiting. See, we're looking for a volume spike that is 3x or more. So 3x or more on the volume spike. And it's looking back 7 candles to figure out what the average should be. It's waiting 5 candles in order to get into a trade. And I did disable it just so we can see that. We'll re-enable it real quick, put everything back on the chart. As you can see kind of how that played out, how it lined up. Boom, boom. And there was our entry and our exit. And ultimately, the way it works again is it looks for these volume spikes when they come in. It's currently configured to 3x the average. So if you were to imagine the average is something like this is our very first 3x average, 3 times. And so then we're looking for, let's see, I guess it'd be this candle here. And we're waiting 5 candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the very next one is here. So technically, if you count the current candle, it's technically 6, so it's 5 after. And then the blue dot designates the entry or the signal candle. In this case, we break below. We're setting up here. We're getting into the trade, waiting for this rollover, and then obviously our take profit lower. And that is the setup. That is the basics of how the volume bot works. It does have quite a few configurations and things that you can do to customize the behavior of it. And we'll look at what those are. Obviously, things like the number of risk, your max lot size or contract size, max trades per day, those are all up to you. Ideally, if you're using a funded account, you have a certain amount of drawdown you're able to use, certain number of contracts at one time you're able to trade, whether it's NQ, MNQ, whether it's the futures or the micros, you have limits, and you would, based on what account size you have and what the rules are you're trying to follow. Profit taker being 2x of our risk, meaning we're going to lose. When we lose 750. When we win, we're going to have 2x of that. So we're going to win 1500. And then we have a little bit of padding on our stop loss. It's going to start at 7:30. This is your local time zone. Um, I'm in Central Time Zone, so that's an hour after. And it's going to wait that 5 candles. It's going to look back 7 and then have our volume. It's looking for 3x on the volume spike. And then it does have 2 different strategies that are built in. Orb is kind of like a trending, snapback is more of a reversal strategy. So you can apply certain strategies to different environments, different time frames. And then we're only really trading only when we're flat, meaning one trade at a time. But we can set that, all these are configurable. We can set this to 5 trades a day, 6 trades a day, 67, whatever we want. We can set that here. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the volume bot. Thanks.